Hello everybody and welcome to another Peteman Reviews. Today we have the Generation 1 version of Wheelie. Wheelie is quite a simple transformer. He is a minibot. He was, I think, the only new minibot released for 1986, and obviously is one of the Transformers the movie characters. Not a most popular of characters, Wheelie. Partially that's because of the fact he's always depicted as talking in rhymes, and he's always acted like a child. Quite how robots are meant to have children and adult phases was never really explained. IDW did make an attempt to say why he talks in rhymes and actually give him a bit more character. I'm not convinced it ever really came on, but nevertheless they had a go. In terms of the toy, Wheelie is meant to be a futuristic, sleek, streamlined car, which kind of works. He is more like a kind of 50s design as well in terms of the streamlining effect on him. He's also meant to be a survivalist and comes in the character, has usually a crossbow, what are they called? Catapult with energon fires. Obviously the toy does not. In fact, the toy doesn't come with anything other than this. Transformation of Wheelie, as with all mini-bots, is pretty simple. You can see his legs are all underneath here, so you just pull that down, it goes up to give his legs, and these come out to make his feet. The rear of the car then just flips down, or it will do, assuming I've done this right. There, you have to disengage the arms first, and then that flips down, and that flips up as a visor. Is it a visor? Is it a hat? It's not really ever made clear, and to be honest, the toy doesn't work on it at all. You can flip it totally out the way, which is how it normally happens, though that's more likely to break off. As a visor, it's far too large, so there's no easy way. And you can see the head is just embedded in there. That is basically it. There's nothing more to Wheelie than that. His arms have, they do articulate, if these can be called arms. You can see on this side here there is a stencil to give a hand, but nothing much really. In terms of feet, his legs, well, they do move, but he's incredibly unstable if you do. So he's fairly static. And again, what do you expect for? Bear in mind, this is a budget range transformer. It doesn't cost a lot of money, it's not complicated, so it's designed accordingly. If you wanted to spend a lot of money and get a good quality transformer, nowadays you get something like Cliff Jumper. But even he, nowadays, would be something like 20 quid. Wheelie was aimed at the single figure digit range, £5 or so. Much more akin to Guzzle here, but bearing in mind Guzzle is a later range, so again moulding isn't changing, and Guzzle has very limited manoeuvrability as well, it has to be said. So bear in mind Wheelie's shortcomings. It's a cheap transformer as well. I say cheap, I mean relatively cheap. At the time all transformers were reasonably costly, but he is definitely towards the budget range, and that is designed accordingly. That said, is the toy as good as something like Bumblebee or Cliff Jumper at the time, or even Cosmos? No. I don't have any of those guys, so I'm afraid I can't show you. Guzzle's the closest I have there, and realistically, Wheelie is on a par with Guzzle in terms of manoeuvrability, and in terms of transformation, Wheelie is vastly superior to Guzzle, but Guzzle has superior moulding. So, what do you want? A toy that transforms better, in which case you go for Wheelie, or a toy that looks better, in which case you go for Guzzle. Does it really matter? I guess not. If you want to complete the collection, you have to get Wheelie. This one actually came with the Japanese release, so he came bundled with Cup, which makes the purchase a little bit more palatable, as Cup is a decent robot. Wheelie, not so much, but then again, you get what you pay for, don't you? So there we are, that is the review of Generation 1 Wheelie. Thank you very much for watching. Please do click on the other links, please leave any comments, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you, goodbye.